What's good, family? It's Trunzo here, and today I'm bringing you guys through my full chest routine. Chest is the first day of the split for me, and one thing you'll notice throughout this entire chest workout is that it's very orientated around building the upper chest. So the first exercise that we start off with on chest day is incline dumbbell press. Incline dumbbell press is very beneficial on building the upper and inner chest. As you can see, I'm gripping the dumbbells all the way on the inside. When you're bringing the dumbbells up and pushing them closer together, that's going to really help you build that inner chest. Also, my rep ranges and sets consist of, every exercise is 4 sets, and the first set consists of 15 to 20 reps, second set is 12 to 15 reps, the third set is 10 to 12 reps, and the last set is 8 to 10 reps. And at the end of every single set, as you'll see in this clip, I have a drop set. Or I should say at the end of every exercise. So right here doing the 70 pounders, and one thing people need to get at or need to understand when lifting weights in general is that weight is an ego thing. Weight doesn't matter. You have to stop worrying about other people in the gym think of how much weight you're lifting. You have to just work on the pump and the squeeze, the stretch and the squeeze. So when you're going down in the dumbbells, go low, stretch that chest, and when you're going up, push the chest. You want to pump as much blood throughout in your chest as possible to help your chest grow. So as you can see here, I am taking the 30 pounders or 35 pounders, and one thing I like to do when I do my drop set is I like to drop the weight in half and just pump out as many reps as I can. So as you can see, I did the 70 pounders, pumped out, I'm not sure how many reps I did there, and then dropped it for the 35 pounders and just pump out as many as I can. And as you'll see in a couple moments, my second exercise is pec deck. And in my chest routine, I like to go from a compound movement to an isolation movement, from a compound movement to an isolation movement. In other words, from a push to a fly and a push to a fly. And pec deck is a very beneficial exercise on growing your chest. You need to work on stretching your chest, and at the top, squeezing it, holding it for half a second to a second. That's what's really going to stimulate growth in your chest. You need to pump as much blood as you can to your muscle. And as you can see, stretching and squeezing here, it's pumping, the muscle is very contracted, the chest is just engorged with blood. And as you can see there, those partial reps. When you can't pump out any more full reps, on pec deck it's okay to do those partial reps. That's gonna stimulate the muscles in your chest. It's gonna really just pump a lot of blood into your chest. And pec deck, you don't wanna do too much weight. You really wanna work on keeping your scapula retracted, your shoulders back, and just squeezing your chest and stretching your chest. What I find is when a lot of people do too much weight, they have to compensate for how heavy the weight is by integrating other muscle groups. So when pec deck is too heavy, they're going to start rounding their back and using their shoulders to really help them push the weight because it's too heavy, which is going to take the exercise, it's going to take it out of your chest and put it into your shoulders, which is really what you do not want to do. My next pushing movement in my chest routine is the Incline Smith machine. And I know there's a lot of negativity around the Smith machine, but my reason being why I use it is when I first started lifting, I just wanted a big chest. I was obsessed with growing my chest, and I'm sure that's how everyone was when they first started lifting. And when I would do incline barbell bench press, I could never feel a contraction in my chest. And as soon as I switched to the Smith machine, it allowed me to just completely isolate my chest and not worry about anything else and just focus on the pump and the contraction I'm getting in my chest. And with this, I can contribute a lot of my growth to the Smith machine. Also, one thing you might have noticed throughout my chest routine is that at the end of my push movements, I do not completely lock out. And the reasons for that is, I find I get a better pump when I don't completely lock out because it doesn't take the tension off my chest. And when I lock out, the tension's off my chest and it goes into my triceps. So if you just keep your elbows bent, or not fully extend at the end of your movement, your chest will be contracted throughout the entire exercise, and it will just give you one of the best pumps you'll ever have. Also, what you may notice is that this is my fourth and final step for my Smith machine, which consists of a drop set. So I had 235s on each side. I pumped out 6 reps, I'm pretty sure, and then I dropped 135 off each side, and then just pumped out as many reps as I could. You're going to see in a few seconds here that my fourth exercise is incline dumbbell flies. And one thing with incline dumbbell flies is that you want to make it seem like you have a barrel in your chest, now you're hugging a barrel. See how my arms are bent as I'm going down too? So you want to Keep your arms still bent as you're going down to the fly. Get the nice stretch and squeeze the top, but you do not want to touch the dumbbells. Touching the dumbbells will get the contraction out of your chest, and just, if you don't let them touch, I'd say keep them about 6 to 10 inches apart, and you'll get the best pump and the best squeeze. You have to go to stretch and squeeze. Stretch and squeeze, as you can see. The next exercise in my chest routine is the decline hammer strength. And this is just something I've recently implemented into my chest routine, and it's something I recommend for anyone who wants to develop the lower part of their chest. This exercise, you can really get a good pump, and you can really just work on isolating your chest in this exercise. And this really is beneficial to growing your lower chest. As you can see, it's really high volume. That's something that people don't seem to understand is you can't just go to the gym for an hour every day and just expect results. You need to put time to the gym. You need to be there for at least an hour and a half. Just high volume, high reps, just pumping that chest or pumping whatever muscle you're working that day and just destroying the muscle. By the end of the workout, you should feel exhausted. The next movement in my chest routine is the high cable fly. Like with every other fly, you really want to work on just keeping your elbows bent and leaving the contraction all in your chest. Also, in this movement, you can cross over if you choose to. I might emphasize the inner chest a little more, but I choose to bring the cable to the middle of my chest and holding it for half a second to a second. I find I still get the same pump. The seventh exercise in my chest routine is the low cable fly. And as you can see, like I do with every other fly, is my elbows are still a little bit bent. You really just want to focus on bringing your hands up and stretching and squeezing the muscle. Also, one thing you may notice, when the weight starts to get too heavy, you're going to start bending your elbows a lot more, which is going to implement a lot more bicep, which you do not want to do. So try to keep the weight not too high, but a low weight that you can just pump out a lot of reps, high volume, and just squeeze and stretch the muscle. And for my final exercise, I like to finish off my chest with dips. As you can see, I'm not fully locking out the top of the movement because it's going to put a lot of tension on your triceps, which dips are mainly for. But as you can see, I'm leaning forward, which takes the tension off my triceps and put it into my chest. And you really want to go low and stretch that muscle on the top. You really want to squeeze the chest. Also, my rep ranges for dips consist of 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps of just body weight. For my last and final clip, I'm going to give you guys an updated posing routine. Hope you've enjoyed this chest workout and you can use some of the stuff I've told you today. Be sure to like and comment, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks and enjoy the rest of this video.